Hey guys, it's Dave again. So this week I'm gonna do a little special show. It's not gonna replace the first 48. That one's already done and in the can, ready to go. But it's gonna be very similar to the Titanfall video I did a few months ago or weeks ago. God, feels like months, but because I'm waiting for Titanfall. But I'm gonna do a video on the Elder Scrolls Online. As many of you may know, the beta has been under a very strict NDA for the last probably couple of beta rounds. So this one's not. So everybody can stream and show screenshots and videos and all that fun stuff of the Elder Scrolls Online. So I guess they're getting pretty confident with the reception that they've had so far with all the betas. I've kind of enjoyed what I've played of it so far. I'm still kind of on the fence as to whether or not I would want to jump back into an MMO with a subscription fee, but I don't even know if all those details are nailed down yet. I'm gonna go ahead and log in. The load times are kind of atrocious. I'm not gonna lie. Like, it's sitting here for like 2 or 3 minutes while you're looking at this very plain beta screen is pretty bad. I think it loaded up a little bit faster because this is the second time I've had to do this video. So as you can tell, you obviously have Khajiit people. I have a level 3 dude right now, but I want to show you guys the character creation process. It's pretty similar to most every other game. You enter your name, you choose male or female, you choose your alliance. So you get to choose like one of these 3 different alliances. They're all very relevant to the Elder Scrolls world. And then you have your different races. So you have your Bretons, your High Elves, the Argonians, so if you really like playing lizard people, your Orcs, and the Wood Elves, your Redguard, of course the Khajiit, because you saw the one that I had already made, and the Nords. You can also look at what they would be depending on what level you are. So you can choose to see them with nothing. You can see them with like high level gear and low level gear. So once you choose your class, or race, I'll we'll make an orc here. You then choose your class. They're very basic classes. So you have your sorcerers, so magic users, your dragon knights, which are, from what I can gather, are basically going to be your tanks in this game. They're the ones that hold aggro and keep monsters from eating your squishier damage dealing classes. So your sorcerers, your nightblades, which are the rogue hunter type classes, and your templars, which I'm going to go along the lines of they are your damage dealing warriors. So using WoW terms, because WoW terms is the ones that I'm the most comfortable with, these are like your arms warriors and death knights, whereas dragon knights are more like your protection warriors and paladins and tanking death knights. The only thing I'm not really sure about is how sorcerers work, seeing how it kind of just says here, this is your magic user. I don't know if like the magic users all get healing abilities, or if the healing abilities only work like in Terra, where it's like an AoE ability on the ground and you have to like stand in it, or what. I'm not really sure about that. I might actually just go with this. And then you can go into the customization process. It's very similar to every other Elder Scrolls game, where you get tons of little sliders and you can change the way, like their height, skin color, all their crazy features. You can change all the body markings, how big their torso is versus chest size. You can make some pretty crazy looking guys. If I just hit randomize, everybody kind of looks the same. I mean, they're all orcs, but you can customize it to the extreme in which you can make, like, somebody, if you really sat here and messed with it, you could make a human, one of the human races, look almost exactly like you, and then just further customization. We'll go ahead and we will go with this guy. And so the intro sequence of this game is very, very much like the intro sequence of most other Elder Scroll games, in that you are in a prison, or you are in some way, shape, or form incapacitated, and you must, find your way out. Hey, I have hands. You can play this game in third-person view, which I would recommend because it's an MMO, and losing that, what do they call it? I can't remember what it is. Spatial awareness and things like that, where you kind of have to be able to see what's going on around you.
You've been through an ordeal. Take a few moments to collect yourself.
So this is kind of like this is how it does a lot of the quests and things like that. There's a lot of good voice acting in this so far. From what I've played in the like 2 hours I've played on my other character.
It's so much more. I am the past and the future, both. I am despair and hope. The tapestry we weave is a complex one. You cannot hope to see its pattern in its entirety. You must rescue me, and I, in turn, must rescue you. You must escape from this cell, take up arms, and protect yourself. Then find Lyris Titan.
I mean, as you can tell, I'm running this while recording on the same PC. This is like medium to high settings across the board. It's not super awesome, but it's an MMO, so you kind of have to like have to figure, all right, they had to make some concessions somewhere. So this is just a very basic outlook of your character sheet. So you have your magicka, health, and stamina, the 3 stats that you had in Skyrim. Shows your maximum health, maximum life, max stamina, all that fun stuff. And then it also has character skills and deals like that. We'll get into that as we go further into this. You can hold shift to sprint, but it burns your stamina, much like it does in Skyrim and whatnot. You can free jump. You attack with just simple right click, left click. You block when you do left click is attack, right click is block, and you can hold your left mouse button to do a more powerful attack. And that pretty much carries on through all of the different kinds of weapons. So as of, right now I'm unarmed and I'm a freaking caster, so I'm probably not going to do much physical damage. And here's the part that confused me when I first played. It's like, you see all of this stuff, right? You get your sword and shield, your bow, your two-handed mace, your resto staff, your frost staff, and things like that. Like, you get all of these abilities, or all these weapons right here, and I'm just like, okay. And I thought I could just grab all of it, because I'm used to, like most people are, in an Elder Scrolls game, being able to just jack everything. Okay. Okay, so that's how the caster staffs work. And I'm guessing, since this one was the restoration staff, I don't know if it would, like, sput out, like, little healing bulbs or what. I don't know how that works yet.
An enemy approaches. Strike it down.
But I mean, if you've ever played an Elder Scrolls game or an MMO, none of this stuff should really be new to you. Like, this is kind of a fun way to do it, like, because this whole area seems pretty instanced off. Like, you're not playing with any other people. I think all of these guys are just NPCs running to the next door, doing that kind of stuff. But it does do a pretty decent job of describing all the effects or all of the mechanics that you're going to use fairly early on. And real early on, it shows you that, monsters are going to have, area of effect abilities, so you're going to have to get out of this cone. And, that level of situational awareness, I don't think you could really pull off as well if you were in first-person shooter mode, or first-person mode the whole time. And it does appear as though it levels up very similar to the way that Skyrim does. In that, the more you use your abilities, the more you get your your weapon abilities go up. Let's go with... Let's just take more health right now. Since I just need more life. Wow, she's tall.
Your bones than most of these poor bastards, and I see you've armed yourself. Good. I hope you've still got some fight left in you. You're going to need it. A fellow prisoner. The name's Lyris. What? Who told you to find me? Prophet. He spoke to you? What did he say? That sounds like the Prophet, all right. He's a prisoner here, too. It was very dangerous for him to speak to you, even for a moment. You must think you can help me. Break him out,
So,
of course.
you know,
Believe
the
me,
quests
I'll
are,
use all the help
I
can
like how
get.
they went through the extra effort of actually, you know,
Blonde
being
man
like,
is the only
hey,
person
here's some
alive who can help
decent
us
voice
get back
acting,
home.
and
Keep
here's
your weapon
some,
ready, I'm sure you do. And I'll answer.
you know, what's, I don't know, it's just not, it's nice to have some voice acting in an MMO like this, and it's there in certain other MMOs, like the Final Fantasy XIV beta is also going on right now, and you know, half of those things are voice acted, and
Ashen
the other
Mines
half of them are
dangerous.
not.
They aren't as heavily patrolled as the other routes out of the prison.
And she's like your little minion for a little while.
Warrior, trust in her.
Apparently, I forgot to turn subtitles on. Well, I guess here's a decent way to show you like all of your menu or all of your options. Okay, well, I can't seem to find them, and I'm not going to waste a bunch of time trying to look for them. So, I'm sorry if you can't hear what's being said when it's not up on a screen, but it's not super important. It's all real early MMO stuff anyway. I don't know if you noticed, but I did, like, if you double tap in any direction, you can roll, which I'm going to guess is going to play a very major part of
Courage vestige.
later in the game,
Confidence
once
is
you
these
hit higher
things
level,
to hedge.
especially if you were like a
Cut off.
tank or maybe a rogue hunter type class. So you can like dodge big swings and stuff like that, because most games you really can't do that. Like most MMOs, you can't really do that. So that's one of the more Elder Scroll-y things that's kind of going on with this game, and makes it less of an MMO, or makes it feel like less of an MMO. Is that you can, you know,
The sentries are at the top
dodge
of
the
those
big
towers.
attacks
We need to
and
find a way
not get
up.
hit by the big swing that this orc has thrown at you. So,
Magical constructs created by Molag Bal to guide his vision in Cold Harbor. The Sentinels are connected. If we destroy one, the others will be blinded. With any luck, that will buy us the time we need to free the Prophet. I've no idea.
all right. So this is like one of the first open areas you get to run around in, but you're still just in a you know, instanced off area that I don't really think there's a lot of other people running around here. Although there might be. I think that might be a guy down there on the bottom of the hill here. You know, it's kind of neat to see that, you know, when you're in combat is the only time that your life bar actually shows up. Because, and your stamina bar only shows up when it's being drained or it's regenerating, like much like it does in you know, other Elder Scrolls games. And you know, the UI is fairly clean. You do have your navigation map just to kind of help you go, oh, okay, I need to go over here for this quest. This primary quest is here. This secondary quest is over here somewhere. And you'll see that once I get out of this little starting area.
Well played, friend. Marquise Beard, you are good in a fight.
Yeah, okay. You know, the texture quality is not bad. It's not super great, but maybe that's just because I'm, you know, recording and playing on the same machine. But overall, like, it runs fairly well. I haven't had a lot of like frame hitches or you know, lagging out as far as like video card or you know, system issues. I haven't really had any server issues either, so these beta servers are fairly solid. Hopefully, you know, that'll carry over into the full game when it is released. But you know, an MMO is an MMO, and it's really hard to judge for a lot of these companies to go, okay, we're gonna have, you know, 1 million people sign up for this game in the first week, which that sounds like a ridiculous number, but you never know how many people are gonna try to, you know, want to try out this MMO that didn't get into the beta process. So they're willing to put down the $60 to buy the game, and then to, you know, use their free month, and then after that free month they may not come back, or you know, who knows. this might be the WoW killer that everybody hopes it is. One of the things that struck me when I first started, after I got into the game a little bit and played the beta a couple weeks ago, is it really reminds me of Terra. It's a free-to-play MMO that was at one point a straight-up, buy it once, pay for the sub game. But ever since it has gone free-to-play, they've changed a lot of the mechanics around so that you can buy XP boosts and things like that, much like every other MMO has done since they go free to play. Well, that didn't work.
Quickly,
A
while
god
he's
of
blinded, we
brutality
must get to the
knows of
puppet's
your
cell.
escape. Hurry.
Just me, or does that guy sound like Gandalf?
What was your name
Or not
again?
Gandalf.
Target practice?
Fuck. No, what's his name? From Harry Potter. Dumbledore. I wonder if it's the same voice actor. 'Cause that's definitely not Ian McKellen.
Hermamor's wagging tongue. The door's warded. We'll never get in this way. Damn it. Destroying the Sentinel must have triggered these wards. We'll need to find... Cadwell is the oldest of the Soul Shriven. After years of torment, Soul Shriven usually go insane and turn fat. Cadwell sees things as he wishes them to be. To him, Cold Harbor is...
So far the voice acting's been awesome, right? It's about to get even freaking better.
Hello, what's this? Out for a stroll then? Lovely day for it.
Yes.
Sir Cadwell, yes indeed, a pleasure. And fair Lyris, good to see you.
I'm pretty sure that's John Cleese.
Oh dear, well that...
Every game is better with John Cleese in it.
Tell you what, I happen to know another way in. Much more of a scenic route. Rather a fun little jaunt, actually, full of traps and corpses and nasty beasties filling up the bits in between. Rather cautiously, I expect. Watch your step, hold your nose, and do mind the traps. There'll like as not be a fair dose of running and skull bashing as well. Follow the river. You'll find the door to the Undercroft at the water's end. Once you're inside, stick to the light, and you'll find a ladder that will take you right up to the Prophet straight away. Do give him my best. Best of luck. Do check in now and again, won't you? Ah, Lyris, girl's as mad as sheer Gorus jammies. Heart's in the right place, I suppose. Says she's got to rescue the Prophet to save us all from eternal torment. How an old blind man could do that is quite beyond me.
I love how he's wearing like a pot on his head, and I'm fairly sure his mandolin is broken. But yes, so it's good to know that they put at least some thought into the silliness of some of these characters and MMOs in general. But John Cleese, for what little bit that is, he did it pretty good, and it fits the kind of character he would play. He's a crazy undead guy with a pot on his head, being super silly. This whole intro section really does do a good job of kind of training you about how Skyrim or how Elder Scrolls combat works, and kind of just in general what these Elder Scroll games, how these Elder Scroll games play. The only part that really sucks is, most Elder Scroll games you can basically take everything. If it's not nailed down, you can take it. Well, everything here seems to be super glued to the freaking table. Because the majority of it is just artifact, just there for good looks. And I don't know how long it takes for this stuff to respawn, but I imagine that a lot of this stuff is not unique per player. Let's see if I can remember how to get the heck out of here. And I have yet to die in this game, even on my other characters, so I don't know exactly what happens when you die. I'd rather not find out if I can help it, but we'll see. We'll see what happens.
The Prophet's cage should be just ahead. Quickly now, we haven't much time.
Hi, Prophet.
All right. The good news is we made it here in one piece,
sorry.
and the Prophet looks unharmed. Now the bad news. It's going to be up to you to keep him safe and get him back to Tamriel. I'm not going with you. I
But
probably
why?
should have mentioned this before, but it never seemed like the right time. There's a trick to opening a cell. The only way for a prisoner to leave is for another living soul to take their place. I need to swap places with the Prophet. We can't possibly understand it right now, but the Prophet chose you for a reason. You're important, and everyone and everything we've ever loved. There are magical locking devices on either side of the cage. You need to deactivate both of them so I can begin the transfer. Once it's done, get moving. The Prophet will know where to go, but he'll need your eyes and your protection.
So, you know, there's a lot of these, oh, go here, use this stuff. Or not a lot, so far anyway. But I imagine that, you know, a lot of those kinds of things are going to show up a lot in this game, where it's, you know, go here, use this thing, or, you know, go kill me 5 bears and bring me their ears, or something like that. You know, generic quests, you know, MMO quest stuff.
I give myself that the Prophet might be free!
Really short. That or she's just huge. And we're running, and we're running. Okay, where's the Prophet dude? Did he bug out? Nope, nope, there he is. I just missed him.
Thank the divines you are safe. There is that at least. Lyra sacrificed everything that we might go free. Her sacrifice must not be in vain. I wish that were possible, but I promise you, once we escape Cold Harbor, we will find a way to rescue her together, Vestige.
Vestige? Why do you call me
That is
Vestige?
the name I have given you. You are but a trace of your former self, a soulless one, an empty vessel that longs to be filled. It is as the scrolls foretold, but not exactly as I imagined. That is what I've come to be called. My true name is lost even to me. The anchors are Daedric machines of the darkest magic. Their chains bind
So this
our
explains how you
world
get off this little
towards
island and
Cold Harbor.
whatever. You're
I can use one of
pretty
these anchors
much
to return
just a
us
prisoner
to
here, and
Tamriel,
this is just
but
the
you must
tutorial
lead
zone.
me to it.
Alright, well. Keep on it. I like how you don't have a rope or anything. He just knows where you're at. I guess that would be pretty much a giant pain in the butt, though, to have a blind guy rope to you so that you can lead him out of here.
The insects fight
Oh, now.
back. How amusing, and yet so very sad.
Daedric princes. They're such jerks.
I will protect you.
So I'm guessing that's how the healing stuff works, is they just kind of shoot out whatever you need and whatever you need, because he seems to be a healer. So if you've never played a third-person shooter on a PC, this might not be the MMO for you, because doesn't seem to be any like click it, target it, WoW style targeting in this. Well, for some people that might be great. I'm okay with it because I've played a lot of third-person shooters on the PC, and I've played a lot of MMOs before, so you kind of learn the different sections of the thing, or learn the different control mechanisms.
The portal is high above us. I will prepare a spell to lift us to it. But first, you must reattune yourself to Nirn in order to regain your physical form. To do this, you will need a sky shard.
Okay.
A shard of ethereal magicka that carries the essence of Nirn. Some link them to Lorcan, the missing god of creation. If you collect and absorb its power, it should restore your corporeal form. I will summon one of these shards for you to absorb.
Let's do this.
Quickly now. Collect the I shall answer what I can, but know that
Did I break it?
Shard of Aetherius,
Oh, there we go.
fall upon us now and anoint us with your blessing. There, quickly. Collect the Sky Shard. It is time. If we are to return to our own realm, we must act quickly.
First, you must activate the anchor. I can sense the dark energy emanating from 2 devices on either side of me. Activate both devices. I will begin the ritual that will pry open the jaws of oblivion and allow us to escape. There is no way to know for sure. In fact, it's extremely unlikely we will both arrive at the same location. Fear not, I will find you again when the...
Is it just me, or did he sound like he went from, pretty sober to half drunk? But man, he just went from talking to yelling, and that's kind of weird.
Akatosh, dragon god of time, your children are lost in the fog between worlds. They cry out for mercy. Hear my voice, Akatosh. I require your strength. Let the way be opened. Let these wandering souls return home. Let the will of Moloch Baal be denied. Hurry! We must go now!
And we fly away. So, there's your intro. That's pretty much what, that's pretty much what every MMO shows you, is how to move, how to attack, how to interact with like a couple of the different kinds of quests, some very easy enemies to kill so that you can kind of get your confidence up and you don't feel like, oh my god, I'm going to get killed every 10 seconds. This game's going to suck.
Vestige awakens
Oh.
once again. Come here. We must speak.
This is different from my other character.
As I feared, we arrived in different locations. I am in a city of industry where men speak of intrigues and plots beneath layers of innuendo and pleasantry. It matters not. You have awakened once again, and we must set you on your path. The voyage between worlds was both chaotic and violent. It deposited us in Tamriel, but some distance apart, and quite unceremoniously upon our heads. I lost consciousness myself for a time.
So I guess depending on which one of the 3 factions you choose, that's where you start. That's my guess. This is only the second character I've played, so I'm not really sure.
The agents of Moloch Baal are able to tread carefully. You were pulled from the sea by a crew of miscreants and scoundrels, but I sense no true malice in their hearts. It may serve you to aid them and to better understand their struggle. They spoke of a leader called Kalina. She appears to be the captain of this
Lamb's vessel. It seems likely that she is either on board or very nearby. When I found a safe haven, I will contact you again. Until then, be safe.
I'm sick of this island, Colleen. I should be in Betnik, visiting my people.
Think, Lambor. How will we get there without a crew? Look at that, Lambor. Our half-drowned friend is up and about. We weren't sure you'd make it. Really, I just fished you out of the water. Master Kassan got you breathing again. The important thing is you're alive. But if you're feeling grateful, I could use some help.
Okay.
A job. Anyone who helps is going to get rich. Right now, I need a fresh face. Someone this island's butcher in charge, Hedman Bosek, doesn't know and won't stop. Basically, you recruit the folks I need, you get a cut of the take. Interested? The
Okay.
3 folks I need are Crafty Larissa, Jakarn, and Naramo. Any or all of them would do. He's a thief, but he's the best there is. He'd be a big help in the heist I have planned. Problem is, he robbed Bosek. Nobody robs Bosek. He's been tossed into the grave under Bosek's palace. There's an entrance off the river under the palace. Watch out for traps and the other prisoners. They're all murderers down there, the worst scum on the island. That's the grave. You can leave anytime you want, if you can get out alive. Deserted, the traitors. See, there's a fortune to be made from Breton galleons. Thing is, King Farharajad called for an end to it now that we're all part of the Daggerfall Covenant. Of course, as a loyal Redguard, I obeyed. If by disagreed you mean tried to kill us, then yes. Bunch of bloody
So I
maniacs.
really kind of like these little
Lambour
story
is
bits. This is
myself,
kind
and a
of
few
this is the
others
kind of stuff
ran
that
them
draws
off the
people
ship,
into
but
the
word spread.
Elder Scrolls
No
games.
one here
and,
wants to sail
you
with
kind
a
of get into
captain who won't raid
the different
Brendan's.
factions and the different politics and all that kind of stuff. And that would be really interesting to see is kind of how they work with that. So
Bloody Bosek, or Hedman Bosek, as he calls himself now.
and we'll go
He
ahead
took-
and run off and see if we can find all these guys that we need to find. Okay. Let's see what map. Alright, so the map that I get is not very big. I wonder if I can go to a larger world map or if it is... Looks like it is tied to where you were at. So I don't know if you can see the whole world or not.
Save your breath, I'm not the chatty type.
Oh, I seem to have gotten a skill point. So let's see what we can do here as far as abilities. So skills: dark magic, Daedric summoning, and storm calling. So in a WoW-esque MMO, you would have a whole bunch of buttons down here along the bottom, and you do get that once you start purchasing abilities. So I'm going to go ahead and use this. We're going to have our unstable familiar. I'll just put him over there. And then I will use this to, destruction stabs. So now I've got, an ability that I can use that uses my weapon, much like you would in Skyrim. But you can't use those abilities when you're not in a town. And you start with a little impy character. That's cool. Alright. I need to go to the grave below, wherever that is.
Who's taking bets?
Kill him!
What do you mean, even odds?
Aww. Mud crab fights. That's kind of wrong. We have little mud crab dog fights. So this is very similar to the other area as far as like the aesthetic. Like you are on an island or you are in a beached area, but it is not the same in that you are in like there's this big city here. The other place I started, I had a town that was very, very small, but it was like on like a sandbar somewhere. So is this the place I need to go? Aha, here's the grave. So let's see what this is all about. It's very similar, like, I know I keep saying this game is similar to Skyrim, It is totally an MMO playing Skyrim. Like, that is the best way to describe this game, it is Skyrim with other people. Except you can't steal everything like you can in most Elder Scrolls games, which really kind of bums me out. But then it would make it too easy to get far too much money. Supposed to talk to somebody down here. I guess I'm just supposed to jump over the fire? Yep, alright. Sorry, this is kind of boring. There's like nobody here. Okay. Oh, wait, there it is. Oh, it's a ranged thing. Okay. Aw, they killed my imp, those jerks. I guess you can loot everything around you, so that's good. And I killed that rat from way up here. Cool. So the problem I have is you have these abilities, and but you still have to aim them while you're trying to move and do all this other stuff. Like it's part of the reason I bought a Razer Nostromo to play WoW forever ago. It wasn't a Razer back then; it was Belkin, but it's the same kind of thing where instead of using your index finger and all that to do W, A, S, and D, you can basically set all that stuff to a D-pad and do it like that. But with this, if you double tap or you hold the button for too long or something, it seems to it makes you roll, and then you can't use all of your you use up your endurance, and you can't run or you can't jump or whatever.
Hey, you're not a guard. You have to help me. Well, that's perfect. Get me out of here and I'm at your service. You'll find me a man of many talents.
That guy sounds familiar.
If I found a handsome guy locked in a cell, I'd free him. Is that really important right now? Sure, I took that gem, but he took it from some poor merchant. Tossed him in here to die. Can't steal from a thief, can you?
So, how do I open the door? Ah, there we go. Just have to target the right thing.
I owe you for this. Thanks.
So you don't have your standard kill 10 mobs, get 500 XP, level up thing. I believe it is still very, very closely tied to the skill abilities that you have. The skills you use, the quests you've done. Like, quests will give you a decent amount of experience, and maybe you have to do like 10 quests in order to level. But you can kill any number of mobs you want and unlock new abilities, but I don't think that helps you level. I'm not really 100% sure how all that works in this game. And I'm not sure if there's like a super comprehensive... Oh, hey. So I've ranked up my destructive touch. Okay, that's cool. So as you... Okay. I'll... Sweet. I'll take that. Oh shit. Gotta move. So, with most other MMOs, this game never really pauses. It just... Other games you can run around and do other stuff while you have menus open. So that kind of bothers me. I don't really particularly care for that. But I mean, the way that they've got it set up, you really can't. Like when you bring up the menu, it puts your character there, but as soon as you hit a movement button, it takes you out of the menu. So I guess I can live with it. I guess the general rule would be don't look at your menus while you're in a dungeon or in a dangerous area. Hey, what's up, bro?
We can't go that way. Irians out there. Oh, and guards. I saw many, many guards. Look.
Where's the side exit? Oh, is it that big hole in the floor that we saw? Oh, no, it's this place. Oh, psh, come up out of a well.
Thanks for breaking me out back there. Listen, while you're in a heroic mood, want to help me get something I left with the goblins? I figure if you want something kept safe, give it to the goblins. They'll watch it for free. They're too stupid to trade it, and they'll kill anyone who tries to take it. Here's the thing. You went through a lot of trouble to free me, right? There's no way you'll let me get eaten by goblins. So you, my good friend, will follow me to their mine.
I feel like he is like master of BS. Like I don't know if it's his persuade skill is like super capped out, you know? Like that's what I'm feeling like. Alright, well, the mine's way the hell over here, so. So far I haven't seen a lot of crafting stuff. I imagine that, you know, the crafting is very similar to the way it is in Skyrim. Who's this guy?
Damn, murdering goblins. They killed their just need actually no good. I've tried to make.
I mean, you can still power through all of the things if you really, really want to. It kind of takes away from it, but, you know, if you're in a hurry and you just want to get to max level, or if this is like your 4th time playing through it, which, you know, for some people, I'm sure they've, you know, I know how you feel if you played an MMO for any length of time, leveling a character, like leveling your 3rd or 4th character can get real tedious. It seems as though they've made it so that you can level at least 3 characters without feeling like you are playing the same zones over and over and over again. I know with games like WoW, where every race's starter zone is the same, no matter what class you play, for the most part. I mean, there's class quests and stuff like that, but you know, for the most part, you can at least make 3 trips through Tamriel without getting too fatigued for the first few hours. Yay! My destruction staff is increased to level 4. Well, that means I should be able to buy a new ability. Ooh. I want to say it seems like there should be something here. So I still don't know enough about the crafting and all of those secondary job functions to really make a judgment on them, because I haven't really messed with them. I don't know if you have to buy like certain stuff in order to be able to mine and all that, or if everybody just has like an Omni tool in their pocket like some MMOs do. It seems as though you know, you could probably make a decent amount of money just doing questing and farming, but crafting, you know, could always be lucrative if given the right market for it, and given it's done right. Like if the crafting is a giant pain and only like 3 people on the server are going to actually have crafting in a decent spot, you could make a killing. But I doubt they would do that, because then it would be no fun, and then people would be ignoring aspects of that game. So let's, I know this is a bad idea, but let's see what all we got here. Group, map, journal, character. Oh, I got an ability I can use here. Let's take more magicka because I keep running out. And then skills. My weapon. I should have an ability I can use. Wall of Elements. Alright. Cool. So I wonder if that gives me some sort of crazy... Oh, cool. A frontal line effect. So I can take out some cool stuff.
You're not keeping score.
Oh, hi, dude. He just, you know, vanishes. Straight up. Just poof, I'm out. Oh, Essence Rune. I'm gonna take that. Mr. Laser X. Ooh. And of course there are people running around naked because why wouldn't there be? Oh, cool. So I got a different kind of staff, and it's much like in every other freaking thing I've said.
This is the part where I trust you.
I'll kill the goblins in the sky.
It's like Skyrim, where you get an electric staff, you now shoot electric bolts. You get a fire staff, you shoot fireballs. Frost staff, frost bolts. So you know it's a giant in multiplayer Skyrim. And if that is the kind of thing that you really dig, then by all means, this is the game for you.
I'll meet you outside.
Oh, that's cool. It's constant damage instead of a bigger bolt. And it looks like the healing stuff is a big circle on the ground that you stand in. For some of the abilities, at least. So that's kind of interesting. I've not seen a lot of this stuff before. This is a lot of new stuff for me. And as far as I know, this beta is going to at least run through the weekend, if not until like Monday or Tuesday. Hopefully this video will be up before then. It just depends on if I get it edited and whatnot. Oh crap. I hurt myself. Oh, I gotta find the dude. I probably should not have jumped off of that ledge. That is the impression that I get.
Over here. I have a question for you. What were you doing in the mine? And did you see a scummy Breton up there? Yakarn. He's a liar and a thief. He stole a gem from Headman Bosek. Now if the gem came back, Bosek might let him live. Can you help me, or not?
Let's see. Turn the guy in, or lie my ass off. Turn the guy in, or lie my ass off. Let's go. Let's flip this dime and see what I get. Heads, I'm gonna lie. Tails, I'm gonna give her the gem. Heads, I'm gonna lie.
Now that's just too bad. If you do run into him again, tell him that if we catch him, he's dead.
Uh-oh. Hey, duder. This really angry looking orc lady wants to kill you. Grubby Gunyan. Oh, it's one of the other guys that she wanted me to try to find.
I hope you're not here to kill goblins. If you are, we'll have a problem.
Uh-oh.
My friend is in that camp. Mark. He's lost his mind. The goblins stole Mark's special brew. Expensive stuff.
To join his
Crazy,
tribe.
Isn't it? He's mad as a Bosmer. Won't listen to a word I say. I'll make you a deal. Find Mark. Convince him to come back. I'll trade you some gold, and we'll both walk away happy. Start by looking for Mark's special brew. If any is left, the smell might make him slightly less fermentation, flowers, a number of other things you don't want to know about. Tastes like honey, but kicks like a horse. If he sold it, he'd be rich, but he just drinks it all.
Alright, so... let's see if I can change up my... Ah, there we go. Alright, so we'll set that as the focus, and it'll show me where I need to go. All right, so whatever you've got as set as your primary focus is the icon up at the top, and be right up here in the middle. That is all white or gray. The black ones are the ones that will that are like your secondary items or your secondary quests, or the ones you're not currently tracking, or whatever you want to call it. Oh, that was dumb. Wasted my stuff. Hey, Impy dude, can you get this guy? Oh crap. Now I'm just gonna get hammered. Although my imp seems to have leveled, so that's cool. Maybe he'll do better at holding aggro and keep these jerks off of me. I have nothing to get my life back with. Oh, okay, so I died. My items have lost durability. Let's see if I can res my... Oh, okay, so you can res up and then, what, ghost walk away? Oh, okay. So you get to ghost walk a minute from wherever it was that you died, so as that you don't wind up dying immediately again. So that's kind of cool. I really wish I had made a melee character this time, because I could have showed you the ranged combat fairly easily. But, you know, this is playing an archer type class, exactly the same as playing this. The only thing is, like, so when you go into sneak mode, for those who are familiar with the way Skyrim's sneak mechanic worked, you can sneak attack with bows and stuff, and really kind of pull off some crazy stuff. Like I was one-shotting dudes at level, but this was previous, you know, the previous beta weekend. So maybe they've leveled off those numbers a little bit. Maybe they've changed some other stuff up. I'm gonna die again. I'm gonna run the hell away, and I'm gonna piss off these wolves, because why not? Oh, maybe not. Nope, they're pissed. They're not attacking. That's kind of cool. Like, they'll just growl at you and then run away if you don't attack them back. That's kind of neat. I don't think I've ever seen that in an MMO before. Like, usually when something aggroes you, it just comes after you until you are, you know, until you're dead. Okay, well, it appears as though everybody has a multi-tool that can mine and chop wood and pick flowers and all that fun stuff. Hi, Mudcrab. I don't know, maybe it's just the area that I'm in, but and the areas that I've seen. But everything kind of seems to stick to one kind of, like, here's a faded green and brown color palette. The other place is pretty much the same, but I mean, this is a desert. What are you gonna say, right? Like, the desert zones in WoW are the same way. It just makes for like a consistency of art style. I don't know if I really like this staff. Hold to exploit. So, you know, hopefully this gives you at least a decent look at some of the early stuff in the Elder Scrolls MMO. I'm not I'm not super impressed with it, but people who love the Elder Scrolls games should love this game. You know, like I said, a lot of the leveling stuff seems to be very similar to that of, you know, what you're used to with Skyrim. It's not shouldn't be really anything that, you know, anybody who's ever played an MMO should be kind of, you know, unaware of. You're gonna have to grind. There are gonna be fetch quests. There are going to be you know, go here, get me 10 bear asses, and then come back quests. That's just kind of how these games go. But I think what kind of pulls this game apart from other MMOs is that they've taken the time to actually put in the voice acting, at least so far. Like I said, I've only played like 2 hours of this game, maybe 3 total. They put in the time to give you some decent voice acting. They put in the time to make the world at least feel like it's a little bit more alive and lived in than an MMO world where you always see like the respawns, and you can like walk into an area and, you know, your minimap is just lit up with freaking things you can go interact with and whatever. You kind of have to like do some searching to find things to interact with. It's not like gold and sparkly like it is in WoW. You know, they don't have the standard, you know, exclamation point over their head or question mark over their head when they have a quest, and an exclamation point when it's ready to be turned in. It's you know, a lot of the same mechanics done in the Elder Scrolls way, but a lot of those mechanics they've kind of tried to make feel at least kind of fresh. I hope that they don't go with the subscription model, because I have a feeling that's going to deter a lot of people from playing this game. Which, you know, maybe in, you know, 3 or 4 weeks when this game is out and people are starting to hit max level, because there's going to be crazy people who power level their ways straight to level cap, which I'm not even sure what level cap is. I want to say it's probably like 40 or 50. You know, but there will be people who power level this game and will, you know, just go straight to level cap and then complain about, oh, there's no in-game content, you know, all the party stuff is boring, blah 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 blah. And you know, I don't know about that. I can't speak to that effect. I don't know anything about that. I just wanted to kind of show you guys, you know, what Elder Scrolls Online is like, what this game looks like, how this game plays. And it plays exactly like an Elder Scrolls game, and you can, you know, just like in Skyrim, you can play it first person. You can, you know, shoot your little fireballs from your staff, or you can, you know, play it as a third person shooter and you know, shoot your fireballs. Oh crap, did I just piss off somebody? Okay, no. I don't know why my fireballs went that way, but whatever. So, you know, if you were an Elder Scrolls fan, I would wait and see what they finalize the payment options are too, because I don't think that this game will have the longevity to command a $15 or $12 or $10 monthly fee. I think it would be best served to either be free to play or to have a lower monthly fee, like a $5 a month, but and then only like a $20 entry fee. So you pay $20, get a month free, here's the game, and then you pay $5 a month for thereafter. That way, once you hit that $60 mark, you're 4 or 5 months in, and then you are invested in the character. And I would think you would be more likely to stay with a game that you played for 4 or 5 months versus a game you played for 30 days and then you were like, wow, I didn't, you know, that was $60 down the hole. If it was $20 and then a $5 fee, that would be kind of awesome. But I have a feeling Bethesda has figured out that that's not going to make them any money. What is that? I don't know what that is. So this has been about an hour's worth of the Elder Scrolls Online. I may throw some more stuff up once I make another character, show off the melee combat a little bit. I don't know. So thank you for watching, and I think I'm going to go swimming. Yeah. Except my staff is going to drag me down and I'm going to die. So I will. I've been Dave, and I will catch you later.